Thanks for tuning in. We're Julie and Dana, two moms navigating marriage and motherhood. But this is definitely not your mom's podcast.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Dana, and this is not your mom's podcast. All right, first I want to talk about something that is my today. I have my period, and I'm pissed off at the world. And I was thinking about it when I was coming here, and I was like, who designed us as humans to be this fucked up? Like, why did women get this part? Why did we get birthing babies, having our period, getting like stitched up, our vagina like opening to a baby's head?
A cave.
And then menopause and hormones, like, I don't understand.
I'm sorry, it's fucked up, but I'd rather have that than just be like this man with like balls swinging around.
But they don't
and,
have
like,
to
have
go
no
through
feelings.
anything negative like that. And I don't understand, why didn't we get some equal playing ground?
Well, also, I don't know. I guess it could be like masculine and feminine energy type thing. But
Well,
like,
this energy sucks. I'm pissed off.
the setup, you mean?
The whole thing. Like,
yeah, I don't know though. I can take all that and still be like I'm a fucking force to like reckon with.
No, I hate it.
It's not that bad.
I get my periods really heavy for like day 2
am
and
I.
3. It sucks. Have you ever like leaked and it's like super embarrassing and now you have to wash those clothes and the stains half the time don't come out? It's
It is
nasty.
kind of weird that I have to like plan the whole month like around
why
that
does
1 week.
blood flow out? I don't understand. Like, who designed that?
Just plug it up. Plug it in. Plug it
Did
up.
you ever pee yourself after having kids?
On a trampoline once. Like
See?
I bounced and it was like, boom. And I'm like, oh. It's like, what?
It's shocking.
Yeah, what happened?
So I'll never forget, obviously I got pregnant young, so I was like 22, and I was at like the hottest point of my life. Like I felt great about myself. Then all of a sudden I'm pregnant. I'm like, what is happening? But after I had her, it was like a month after, and I am bending down because I'm getting laundry in, and I sneezed. I've never had to prepare for a sneeze in my life. All of a sudden I start peeing myself everywhere. And I was
did
like,
a tiny little trickle. You full
no,
blown?
this was like, because I was still super postpartum. So I think like my pelvic floor was just really weak at this point. Like that doesn't happen now. But I was like, oh my God. Like,
I
I just
gotta get you better undies or something.
No, now I've learned how to like
Like it trickled down your leg to the floor into a puddle?
yes.
Okay, that's not right.
Yes. Because I was all stitched up and stuff. Because I like really.
Do you remember the squirt bottle they give you? To
the Perry bottle. That thing's amazing, actually. And
It's
I don't
amazing,
understand.
but then I'm like, okay, did it just like go back on top? I had to like clean it too, and I was,
I just used to squirt it. But I don't understand. We should have more like bidets.
Well, they do in countries like Saudi Arabia.
I know.
Where I grew up.
But
all
like
of our houses had
hospitals
bidets.
too. Don't you think hospitals should have them? Like, I don't understand it.
They have freaking toilets, and they roll out from underneath the cabinets.
Well, yeah, that's if you can't get up to go to the bathroom.
I know. I think that's so bizarre.
Yeah. Like, I have a lot of patients that can't go all the way to the bathroom.
I know.
But
So
anyway, I just
shit
feel
in
like...
front of you right there.
Yeah. Even if they're in the bathroom, I have to watch them. They're not allowed to just be by themselves.
Do they stare at you when they poop? Are they like this?
Sometimes. I
Like,
mean,
you know, like little kids do that? They like look at you and they're like, I'm pooping. Yes. Do the older people do that, or do they not make eye contact?
No, I mean, usually not, but sometimes.
Oh,
it just
I
depends.
feel bad for them.
I know.
I think I'd be like, I have you. You got this.
You know what one of my patients said to me the
I
other
hold
night?
their hand.
He was like, you come into this world in diapers and you leave this world in diapers.
Land
And I was like, shit, that sucks. But I'm definitely going to be in diapers if I pee myself after having a baby.
Well,
Maybe I should be in diapers now.
I was gonna say maybe we need a special diaper for after you have a baby, and not
They
just this
do.
big clunky pad.
Well, they do. You could wear like Depends afterwards, which is what I should have done.
yeah, and then when you take it off, it's this big like squishy thing, and you have to like wrap it up in this big plastic bag. You're like, don't mind me.
Yeah.
Into the garbage.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know. But anyway, I just thought that I just was thinking about it today, and I was just like, I just feel like females, like whoever designed this world, however it came about, like females really got the shit end of the stick, and I would like off
I think
this
they
ride.
just wanted to see like how much of our like badassness we could like handle.
Oh, we're strong. Like, I don't think any guy could handle.
That's what I'm saying.
You get your
we had to
period as
have all
a child
this.
still. Like, the idea of my kids getting their period soon, like, as children, like, I'm like, wow, like, seeing it in that perspective as a mom, you're like, oh my God, like, you have to stop playing because you have to go change your tampon or your pad. That's so sad. But also, like, you get your period young, then you deal with all the cramping, deal with the period, have a baby, get pregnant, deal with postpartum, birth a child, then you're like, okay, cool, it's all done, I'm done having babies, that part's over, and then it's like, welcome to menopause, which I hear sucks.
I know. Just when you think everything's like getting better, and then it's like, by
My
the way,
mom's
in a
like,
few years,
I literally am like constantly hot now all of a sudden. Like it feels like you're burning from the inside out. I was like, that is the worst feeling that I could think of.
you're just sweating all the time, I think.
Yeah. And you know what guys have? Nothing. They might need Viagra. Woohoo.
Whatever. After a while, they can't get their up.
Well,
so.
it's true, but I mean, I'm just saying. I think they got the better.
And their balls hang lower.
Damn balls hang low.
That's a song?
No.
Oh, I was like, I'm so not cool because I don't know this cool song.
Do your ears hang low?
I was like, yeah, let's hear it.
That's our theme song.
Do your balls hang low? For us, it'd be do your boobs hang low.
Well, yeah, that too. And then those go too. I mean, we have things hang low after a while too.
I wish there was, you know how like they have the face tape that you like go and then it goes? We just need something like that for our boobs. Like, just
have you heard of the mouth tape?
No. What do you do with that?
I want to try it. It's this mouth tape that you're supposed to put on when you sleep, which scares me a little bit because like, what if I am a mouth breather and now I can't breathe? But anyway, you put it on your mouth and it is to keep your mouth closed while you're sleeping, which is supposed to give you a much better sleep and it's supposed to prevent some wrinkling.
If we were supposed to have our mouth closed when we sleep, it would like zip shut or something. Like, I don't think it would. I don't think it's natural.
Tape that shit up. Neither is your Botox.
Well, fair enough, but take magnesium to go to sleep. I'm like a sleep queen at night.
Oh, I sleep good.
All my like magnesiums, I have like the 2 different kinds. And I make sure my sound machine's on. I make sure it's dark. Like, I have to be comfortable. I have to be comfortable.
You do a lot of prep.
I do a lot of prep, but now putting that on my mouth, I'm not
Do you want to hear my nighttime routine?
You just fall asleep and then you wake up at 2 a.m. and keep going?
Yeah, I literally go to put the kids to sleep. I usually fall asleep while doing so. Wake up as like a hot mess. Sometimes my contacts are still in and I have to like throw them off. I feel like I'm perpetually living like a hungover college kid, but I'm a mom. But I'm not hungover.
I could be free like that. I think I'm just too like.
It's not free. It's terrible. I need to like make time to like stay up and like wash my face like a human being.
Yeah.
And like prepare for bed, but I don't. I just like sleep is so important to me.
Like what your morning routine is if you have one.
I jump out of bed, get the kids dressed, barely brush my teeth, and leave the house.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get up early enough so I can make my lemon water. Then I have to let the dog out, and then I feed all the animals, and then I have like one of those things over my head that like pulls so that my hair doesn't get out. I wash my face. And then I take all my 5 billion supplements.
That's a lot.
And I might not wake up or walk out the door with all my makeup on, but I'll at least have washed my face and like put on like my whatever face thing I decide, like creamer or moisturizer. I at least get that much done. Oh, and brush my teeth.
This is like, we have a guest today.
I know.
Well, you're better than I am. I don't do any of that. And then I will get ready after, like once the kids are gone.
Teeth,
yes, I brush my teeth.
I think there's people out there in the world that get up and go on their day without brushing
No. I have to brush my teeth in the morning.
Yeah.
Like that feels gross.
To me, this is deal breaker. If you don't brush your teeth, like that's just like hygiene 101. Like you are done to me.
Yeah, you gotta brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth at least at night and in the morning. Yeah, I do midday too, but I'm not.
You would. You have a lot of routines, so I'm sure you do.
Well,
no, I definitely.
When I go to the dentist, though, they tell me how amazing I am. So
I know you love that.
I live for it. I'm like, I get in my chair. I'm like,
you might
tell
be
me
one
how
of the
wonderful I am.
Few people that enjoy going to the dentist.
I do. I love it. I like my eyes roll back in the head when they put that big like warm lamp over my face, and they're like, tick, 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 and I'm like, tell me more.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. How fabulous.
Oh my god. That's
I'm getting
so
a great
funny.
report of my teeth. Probably because I never did that good in school. So for them to be like, you're doing wonderful. I'm like, it's my love language. Tell me more.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Well, I mean, I don't know. I get like a little anxious going to the dentist.
Some people do. But did you have like a bad experience
Never.
or something? You just want people messing
Never
with
even
their teeth.
had a feeling.
The same way people don't want people messing with their teeth, I don't want people messing with my toes or my fingernails. That's why I don't get my nails done.
Oh, I
love
want
the way
people
it
to rub
looks.
my toes all day long. I love that.
Wait, so you'd probably be okay with someone sucking them too?
Okay. That brings up a topic I want to talk about.
Like in between your toes, like licking them and stuff?
No, I don't want someone licking my toes.
You could probably stand it more than I could.
I
I'd
could
probably like
stand
kick them
it.
in the face out of being ticklish.
Oh, no. I could stand it. I just wouldn't get enjoyment out of it. And
don't
I
have
would
to get
enjoyment out of someone
it.
rubbing my feet. I love massages everywhere.
Someone was paying you for it.
Yeah, totally. But so I was thinking about this the other day. This popped into my head too. Like kinks. Like, some people have some really, really weird kinks.
I know. Well, we can't say weird, Dana, because...
No, I'm going to say weird, and I'm going to tell you why. I won't judge most of them. I can
what's the one
wrap my head around some. I'm going to judge there's one I will judge, and that is the, like, baby scenario.
Oh.
That freaks me out, and I think it's weird, and I think that people who do that are weird.
Wait a minute. You mean the one where they like wrap them in like diapers and give them pacifiers and stuff? So I actually just told this to Trevor yesterday. I was like,
cannot wait to see where this goes.
Oh yeah, I was like, listen there, I was struggling, man. Like we had been rehearsals all day. I was fucking cooking and like shit's everywhere and laundry. And we're doing cookies and stuff. I'm like, I just wish that like you were into the baby kink. And he was like, excuse me, what? I'm like, I just want you to get me dressed. I don't even want to be bothered by undressing myself or bathing myself. And you like bathe me and then like put me in bed and like rock me until I fall asleep. Like I just sometimes like want to be like that? So nurtured. I mean, I don't know if I really want it, but the idea sounds lovely.
Well, yeah, you're saying it in like a caring way. I'm talking sexual way. But I'm going to tell you, when I was 10, me and my mom went to a Burger King. And we walked in and there was this big grown man in a diaper with a binky in his mouth. Oh. And the wife, or whoever it was, I should say, significant other person, whatever, had a bottle next to him with like milk in it. And my mom had to explain to her 10-year-old daughter about a baby kink.
Damn.
I was traumatized.
You're messed up about it.
Oh, I was like...
And no wonder you're being judgmental towards it. You're like...
I was like so freaked out by that, which then brought me to like, to this day, I feel like I'm also freaked out. Like, would you ever call Trevor daddy? I don't find that hot.
Yeah, I call him daddy all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
In a sexual way.
Sometimes be playful.
I don't want to be called daddy or mommy.
I definitely don't want to be called mommy.
Well, it's the same concept.
I know, but I do it more in like, he's the dad of like the house type thing. I'll be like, oh, stop. Like, dad.
Yes, that's like joking. That's fine. I like, whatever. Like, me and John will refer to it. But I'm talking about in a sexual manner.
I mean, it's kind of playful sexual, but not in the like
I don't want to think of my dad, and I don't want to think of us being a mom and dad. I kind of want to like dissociate from us being mom and dad and be like just me and him.
Yeah, I mean, I see that too, but like there's something playful around.
I get it. A lot of people do it. A lot of people like that.
Yeah.
But if John came in and was like, hi, mommy, I'd be like, oh my God, get off.
I would too. I guess I'm not using it like sexually as in we're like having sex and talking that way, even though there's nothing wrong with that, but it's more like
there's nothing wrong with that
flirty part. like I don't know.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I can like wrap my head around it, I guess. I just would never be into it. But the baby thing, I'm very freaked out by. Because then I wonder,
I'm willing to try it.
Does it turn into, I don't know, it makes me, I don't know, kids and sexual, I just,
Well, yeah, when you put it that way, but
you're pretending to be a baby. So to me, it's like, are you attracted to the baby part of it, the diapers?
No, it's like BDSM. You know, the ones that are like the masochists. Everyone's like, that's weird. I would never want to hurt somebody. I'm like, actually, though, if you're like a high-powered, like corporate CEO person, that's just an example. And you have to make decisions all day. That person's actually giving you the gift of like surrendering in that moment. You don't have to decide.
That's different.
Shit. Well, here in
you're
this
not
moment,
bringing a baby into it.
No, okay, fine. I get the whole baby as in it's a baby, but I'm talking about the nurturing aspect of it.
Oh my God.
Like I want somebody to say, you need to go take a nap. I'd be like, thank you. I'm going to go take a nap.
No, that's totally different. I'm talking about you walking around in your pull-ups like with a binky in your mouth.
I'm not
being
doing
like,
that.
Okay, well that's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying,
like,
of course I want someone to give me a nap and put me in a warm blanket.
So
that's
there's like different levels, I guess, of the baby that I'd be
well,
okay
if you're
with.
working into Burger King with a diaper on as a grown man, I'm sorry. I'm going to look. I
think that was the point, too.
I'm going to stare.
Yeah,
totally.
Well,
oh, yeah, of course it was the point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
how could someone not?
Like shock.
My mom's like, look forward. I'm like...
I think overall, if you zoom out of all those like kinks, it's the shock value. Anything to take you out of reality or what's happening.
Yeah.
Right? It's a fantasy, a desire, an escape, kind of like our vacations and stuff. Like we just want a moment we're not thinking about, I guess, life.
I think that's the only one I can't understand. I think the rest I could be
like,
okay,
the
like
poop and the pee stuff then?
I wouldn't do it, but I wouldn't, and like I find it strange, but like I wouldn't like...
Animals?
Oh no, that's fucked up.
I think
animals and kids are off limits to me.
Yeah, well, kids too. Like no kids.
Well, like even pretending to be any association with children.
I know. I mean, and I guess yes, that is kind of fucked up.
It is
when
weird.
You think about it. It's definitely fucked up when you think about it.
But yeah, animals too. That's bizarre.
But I guess I'm just playing like devil's advocate here. I guess you get to be safe with somebody in that moment. I suppose you're not literally liking children. It's an adult that's
It's a consensual adult
saying,
yes.
treat me like a baby.
Yes.
And
Oh yeah, totally. It's not
thing.
the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. So I think at least I think that's why people do that. That their kinks are a way to like escape into their
I wonder how you
world.
approach that with someone, like for the
there's
first
just
time.
like forums or like,
It's like, damn.
there's probably just accounts out there or
Yeah,
like
I
a
guess
website
so.
or
Well, it's
something.
probably easier now with the internet, but like, how did these people deal with it back in the day?
Yeah, true.
Even like swingers, like, I
Yeah.
mean, that's a whole community now.
Yeah, I think there's like definitely like websites and stuff like people go.
There's cruises, like swinger cruises.
Now that I'd bring my like Lysol can, and I think I'd have to be like wasted.
Why do
the
I
whole
feel like
time.
I'm in a freaking zoo today? What is happening?
Who's allowing these animals in here? This is my life. I brought all my plants in, my animals. Okay, you need to go.
You'd bring Lysol to a swingers cruise?
I would. Think about all that fluids.
Yes.
That alone. That alone would bother
I think
me.
if you're participating in it, you're
You're okay with fluids?
yes.
I don't ever think. I think saliva bothers me because I think it's dirty. Like,
Yeah.
I don't trust anybody else's mouth. We've already talked about how I like the dentist. Hygiene bothers me, but I'm not a
You'd
clean
be
freak.
swinging and you'd be like, hold on, I need to know your hygiene routine, please.
So I was telling Trevor, I was like, okay, this might be a little bit too much for the podcast and we can cut this part out. But I was saying like how do you like go out to dinner with someone, let's say they got like freaking spicy Thai or like wings, and then you go home and there's no brushing of teeth and they're gonna go haha on you, and you're like, aren't you like, wait a minute, you had something spicy, you're not doing any of that down there. Like, does anybody ever think about that? No, this is my problem. Like, I'll be like, go brush your teeth. But I'm like, but don't use too much toothpaste because then it'll sting even more. And he's like, you're crazy. And I'm like,
What?
Yeah.
My mind is blown right now.
yeah, I'm not
I
letting
don't
anybody
know
go.
if like spicy wings an hour ago or toothpaste is gonna make it burn.
Well, then you haven't experienced
I guess
toothpaste
not.
I haven't experienced the spicy thing, but
They
I'm
even have
worried
that
about
like
it.
lube that
Just
goes
like-
spicy or not spicy, but warm and cold, and the cold is like ice, and it feels like menthol, and that shit burns.
That's not right. You're going to put menthol up your hoo-ha? Like, no.
That's where you draw your line. Babies and diapers are cool, but like,
Yes, because I don't know how that's going to work with my...
oh my
Wait, there's
God.
lube that's menthol and warm?
Yeah, it's called like hot and
That's how long it's been. I don't use lube at
ice
all.
and
Like, I don't...
I don't know, ice and clot. I don't know, icy. It's like an icy hot patch in your vagina.
We don't need lube. There's coconut oil for that, and it's natural. Yeah. Use it for your cooking and for your, wedding.
It is multi-purpose.
It's multi-purpose.
I don't know. I mean,
Now you won't ever look at coconut oil the same way.
yeah. I mean, I guess any oil, canola.
Ew. Gross. I don't know why, but that just doesn't sound right. It's like the unhealthy recipes use canola. We're not putting anything,
Unhealthy up there.
no.
Okay.
That's
Well,
like deep frying, like fried chicken. That's not sexy, I don't think. Or can it be?
I'm sure someone wants that.
Ooh, I would.
Yeah.
Like fried chicken
See.
or something.
Yeah.
But then they can't, with all that. in their
Yeah.
mouth.
I don't
So I'm
know.
saying, like, I need a clean mouth.
All right. Well.
Clean mouths are a big deal to
Yeah,
me.
I totally get that.
Do you? But I feel like I'm the only one that obsesses about it, and I feel like no one talks
No, I don't
about it.
obsess over it, but like I
not
definitely,
obsessed,
if your
but-
breath smells, like don't come near me, and if you drank orange juice, don't even breathe near me.
Wait, what?
I hate the smell of orange juice.
What? I love the smell of oranges.
Different.
Okay. I'm totally going to do that to you
Orange
now.
juice makes me want to vomit. And
when we're at
John
the
used to
next-
drink it all the time, and you know what really freaked me out? He would drink orange juice with chocolate cake.
Yeah, I
or, like,
see how they
dessert.
go together, right?
No, they don't go together.
Wait. I am totally going to do this to you at our next dance competition.
Don't breathe on me.
I am going to drink this orange juice. I'm going to...
Well, then I don't even know what to
Or
threaten
you
you with.
gag?
I'm gonna not brush my teeth and come and breathe on you.
Wait, what's squeaking out there?
Lando, I think.
Get rid of him!
Get rid of him.
Why orange juice?
I don't know. I don't
Why?
like the smell of it. I don't like
Did
the taste
something
of
happen
it.
to you when you were a
there's
kid?
not always a reason, Julie. Sometimes people just don't like things.
I don't know if I believe that.
Like some traumatic story that happened with
Yeah,
orange juice.
I'm always trying to piece that together with someone. I'm always like,
no,
why are
I
they
don't
that
think
way?
so. I think I just don't like it. Do you want to be buried or cremated?
Someone's calling me. I don't want to be buried.
Neither.
I don't want to take up space. I don't want my body in some like thing. Just
Wait,
burn me.
you're gonna like this. I listened to this girl today, and it made me really think. I've never wanted to be buried, but
And
this,
whatever the cheapest version is, just
Right.
do.
Well, I've never wanted to be buried, but I was listening to this girl, and it was so interesting. And she was talking about how, if you take the theory that nothing matter, nothing, can be created nor destroyed. It just all gets recycled and repurposed, right?
Yes.
So we are all made of like carbon, and she was saying like, so you're gonna stick us in a box, but then we can't come out of the box. Like if you just bury us into the ground,
That is mental image of us like rising and opening up the tomb. We can't come out of the box.
But like otherwise, you can like go into the ground and you can become
Decompose.
Plants, and you can become part of the
like
earth.
the rest of the animals do. They die and decompose. Right. Oh, death as a whole, like society has this very negative connotation towards death and like all that kind of stuff. Like we're all gonna be sad and we're all gonna get stuck in boxes and like I don't know. It's not. It's
a weird concept.
It's definitely a weird concept. I just want a party.
Yeah, for my life. I'll party. I'll party for you.
I know. Or just like, I guess my one wish is I want everyone to go sit out in nature for like 10 minutes out of your busy day.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Wishes grant. If you go before me, I will go sit in nature.
Will you take care of my kids?
Yes.
And make sure they brush their teeth.
Yes.
And they go outside every day.
Yes.
That's all I care about.
That's fine. That's so easy. I got this.
She's like, I can barely brush my teeth and get ready in the morning, but I'll take care of your kids.
I brush my teeth and my kids brush their teeth and I wash my face in the morning. I just suck sometimes at night. I always brush my teeth at night, but I sometimes don't do a whole routine. Like, I'm lucky if I get my face washed.
Well, I will say one of the selfish things about me is my nighttime routine, which is I don't care what time it is, especially when we went out that night. I always take a bath at night. Like, it's my time for myself.
Fuck no.
My kids go to bed. I don't care how late it is. Nope. I think because I'm so like hyperactive, I'm thinking about so many things. I like get in the warm water and I just like pitter patter my feet and I'm like, I think in that moment I like remember to breathe. I don't think I like breathe very well throughout the day.
I mean, I love that you do that. I just...
Even if it's for... I think when people say, I don't have time for a bath, I don't sit there for an hour. I might just like dip in this scalding hot water. It has to be like hot as fuck. Like I want my skin
I like that with
burn.
a shower. I like my skin to burn.
Yeah, like I go in there and at first I'm like, I put my phone in and I'm like, oh, you know, I had to like get in there and get used to it. Maybe I like that pain too to remind me that I'm alive and things are good.
You know, the thing with the bath, I think you can make time for anything you want to do. So, like, I don't like
every single night I take a bath.
Here's my problem, though. The bath is so much work for me.
What do you mean? You know what I do? I turn it on and I go do a couple more things.
I'll tell you why. Baths freak me out. And I feel like I have to have that tub scrubbed every day then. Oh. Every single day I'd be scrubbing that tub.
Yeah, I do have a Dawn soap, a little scrubber, and I like go to town like sometimes while in it or when I hop out and I just do a quick.
Yeah. I would never bathe in a hotel room like that.
Oh, I do all the time. They use bleach or something, right?
I don't know. Do you know? You don't know.
Oh, you're really going to fuck up my nightly routine. But what am I contracting or getting by sitting in a scalding hot water bath? Like, if it's hot water...
I'm sure you'll be fine, but it's like, just grosses me out. What if some like really disgusting person was in that right before you and they decided not to
bed
clean
and
it.
They don't throw out those beds. They don't even wash the comforters. I know that much.
I know.
That's just
No, hotels in general have a lot of disgusting parts to it for sure.
I know.
But like, I don't know why.
But nothing's sticking to like porcelain or whatever the fuck it's made out of.
You know what it is? If it's so if it's a bath without jets, I can get on board fine.
Okay, the jets, no.
The jets freak me out.
Yeah, I don't.
Have you ever seen those flushed out? Blech. Go look at videos.
Mine's their chores TikTok video.
Yeah. Go look at videos of bathtubs with jets being like cleaned out.
I don't need to. I can just imagine it being gross.
So much shit.
Can you imagine what our washer is? The washer that we use every day from
it's probably
throw
nasty.
up and like snot
totally.
Poop stains on underwears and stuff.
Totally.
Like all getting...
I have a thing too and I hate it because I know
but I never do
it's
anything
not
about
great
it, though.
For the planet, but like I won't use dish towels. They freak me out.
What do you use?
A paper towel. Oh. I'll get canceled for that probably.
Canceled?
Yeah,
Why?
I feel like people like hate that, like using like you want to use reusable things, right?
Oh.
But like
I see.
I use paper towels on my dishes. Like after I wash them, I want to like clean them off with a clean paper towel, not a moldy, smelly dish towel.
Well, I have a bunch of dish towels, so I don't always like reuse them.
I wouldn't be able to use them more than once. They'd have to go in the wash.
All right. Well, then have a pile going. But I did for the longest time when I was trying to be all eco-friendly, which I still try to be here and there in the ways that I can. I think we all do, right?
Yeah.
We'll pick like the thing that works for us. But when my kids were younger, I definitely had friends come over and they're like, do you have a paper towel? Something to spill it. I'm like, I don't have paper towels. They're like, what the Fuck. I didn't buy paper towels for like 10 years, I think.
I wouldn't be able to survive. Did you just see I washed my hands downstairs and I used your last little paper towel that you had?
I like that you admitted that you used my last paper towel, you
So
asshole.
by the way, you don't have
like,
any.
that's the last time I'm buying a roll probably for like a month. And then
I'm
Trevor
going to bring
will
my
bitch.
own when I come.
I know. Like my glasses wipes, I know. My friend, I used to tell her that she used so much toilet paper. Like, we'd sit there talking how like girls go to the bathroom together. They always do. And she'd like go that like that many times.
That's a lot.
And at one time I just made one comment. I was like, oh man, you use like a lot. Like I was kind of laughing about it. From then on, she wouldn't like let me live it down. She'd bring her like a couple rolls of paper towel, like kind of like throwing it back in my face. I'm like, stop. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Bidets. We could all use a bidet.
I think we need to bring this
I totally agree.
trend in or whatever.
I totally agree.
It's definitely useful.
Just yeah. All right. So what? Oh, hold on. We have an interruption.
This is a jet in the jacuzzi.
Oh, John's gonna show you a video of it.
Okay, let's
I'm
see.
so excited.
Well, like, what's all that brown
Wait,
stuff?
you're not.
It's just-
That's not it getting flushed out. I want.
No, this is just showing how gross it gets.
Oh, that's not
mold. Is
grossing
that
me out.
moldy?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but aren't we living in like mold all the time?
Also, skin flakes, and also that's fine if it's your own. But think about if that's someone else's.
I want to
skin.
see the one where someone's flushing it out. I want to see if it grosses me out.
It's nasty. Again, it
How
wouldn't
are
be.
you a nurse and like you get grossed out by that? You got to see all kinds of nasty shit.
Yeah, on a body like
Oh,
that.
fascinating that it's if it's not on a body and then it's
Yeah, like
external
that's
from that?
nasty to me. Like, first of all, like I don't want to be like bathing in mold and skin flakes and whatever else is living in that and growing
So
in
then
that.
is your house like all like super clean all the time too? If
No.
you can't like bathe in mold, what about like dog hair and like
That's not mold.
But that doesn't bother. So mold is the only thing that bothers you.
The mold and the skin flakes and like all that's bothering me.
Skin flakes. I'm gonna rub my body just all over you.
Like
one
if
day.
you had dry feet and I took your sock off and flakes went up in the air, like I'd be grossed out by that. No, that doesn't gross me out. Your feet look pretty hydrated.
They're kind of not, but I got like crusty dancer feet, I think.
Those aren't crusty. No, those are very hydrated feet.
No, they're not. Like, what's all that? It's
No,
all
you should
dry.
see John's. John's are really, John's are really dry. I
Well,
want to
what's
like
he supposed to do about it? I mean, what are we
try,
Huh?
try.
Like, he has time for that. You guys can't even like go to bed in your own beds. Like, what, is he gonna sit there and put like Vaseline on his feet? Be like, trying to get rid of that crusty feet.
Okay, I did a video. This one's interesting. Let's see your opinion. I did a
Okay.
video on what were your like least used baby items when you had a baby? What are things that you would say if
Clothes.
someone was a new mom, you'd be like, don't bother.
Let's see. I think a shit ton of blankets because I only use like one or two.
Oh yeah, everyone
And-
gets blankets.
Yeah, and clothes.
yeah.
Because I'm sorry when they're like newborns, you're not seeing like their little outfits. They're in a blanket and they're swaddled and all that shit.
Yeah, and they're usually like having blowouts.
And I
there's
actually
shit and
didn't
vomit.
use a lot of like bottles. I think I only used because I breastfed, like, so I only
Right.
had like one or two then that I really cleaned and stuff that I needed to when I decided to do formula at night. I think that's about it. Like, what about you? I'm trying to think.
So I think like
been a while.
wipe warmers are stupid.
Oh yeah. I forgot that
Baby
even existed.
bathtubs, never really used them. I used it with Lily a lot, and then by the time I had my second and third, I started just like bringing them in the shower with us.
Well, that's kind of cool, and I love that. It's so like natural or something, like tribal or
Jack
something.
still like showers constantly.
I will say there was like this foamy thing that like went 1, 2, and it slid underneath a regular like a standard size sink.
Okay.
And I thought that was great because you just turn on the faucet and just kind of like
Yeah,
when they're newborns.
when they're
I
little,
use that.
yeah.
And then there was this big blow up like rubber ducky
Yeah,
blow
I'm
up
not blowing
I set
that up all the
in the
time.
well, it just stayed in there in our upstairs bathroom, but I used that. They didn't slip around and they
Yeah.
liked it, but. Yeah, I guess you can just bring them in with you now.
I didn't care about that. And then changing table.
Yeah,
I
you just
never
throw them
use
down
that.
anywhere. I didn't either. I felt like they like fucking roll off.
I
And,
know.
like, it's weird.
And like you're just gonna change them on the floor or like on the bed
Yeah.
all the time. I feel like
I agree. I also think when people, I think this is also one of those weird things. Like, when did all of a sudden like transforming your baby room into this like fucking amazing like beautiful room became like my bedroom shit? Like, why am I gonna make this baby who doesn't give a fuck what's going on?
Yeah.
Like all beautiful. Like, they have like a jungle theme where it's like, I don't know, like flowers or whatever,
Yeah.
like, and it's like nice furniture, crib, changing table, bookshelves, like it's all set up, like beautiful, like Instagram, like ready and TikTok ready. I'm like, My kids like did a playpen all the way up till they were like we didn't even have a crib. They did like one of those regular playpens. I swear to God, they were good sleepers.
Jack never even had a crib ever.
Yeah, like we did playpen up to like 3, I think, and then transitioned to like a low single bed, like on the floor, like not even. And I didn't even mess with their rooms because I waited till they're old enough to pick out what they wanted.
Yeah, I guess if you like have the means and like enjoy decorating, like that's cool, but it's not needed.
Well,
and
no, but
I think
everyone
people
feels
see it
like
and feel like it's needed.
They feel like they need to do that now, and
No.
like you've got like your grandparents are in there trying to fucking do those like perfect stripes down or some shit, like because you saw it on TikTok and you want this perfect room. I guess you have to get excited though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see the fun in it, but it isn't needed. I also agree with that with like baby shoes. Like, why are we buying newborns baby shoes?
Dude, when we went to that ice thing, there was a baby screaming and his foot was bare. Like one sock was on and one sock was off. And I'm like, why are you bringing this baby into 9 degrees without even a sock? It made me feel bad for him.
It was probably a me. Like, that would have been me as a mom.
A barefoot dangling? I'm like, at least would have wrapped it up in a blanket. It was little.
I mean, it was cold
like
in that room, but like my kids always took their stuff off, so I wouldn't bother. Like, and I remember
9 degrees though, not 10 degrees, New York.
I know. Not 10 degrees, but 9 degrees is unacceptable.
Like 20 degrees. Yeah. I meant like 20 degree weather, I get it, like, but like 9 degrees?
No, totally.
Steep, I don't know.
But like mine always did.
Yeah, shoes.
I remember we were in a mall
like,
once.
Don't even try with shoes.
No, shoes are stupid. Baby shoes are dumb. Like, I mean, they're cute, but
even the shoes, even when they start walking, you try to get like shoes that like you feel like they can walk in decently, not these like cute boots or sandals or shit. Like they're not wearing that.
It's just for dress up, and they grow out of them so fast.
Yeah.
But anyway, I one time I got yelled at the mall for Lily not having socks and shoes on.
Why?
Because someone was judging me. And meanwhile, they were
inside a building?
We were in a mall. It was so warm, by the way. Like, I had to take my jacket off because it's so warm. She's in a stroller.
Were they judging you for not completing her outfit and look, or that it was cold?
That it was cold outside because it was winter outside.
Oh, okay.
But like, we're in the stroller, so our jackets are underneath it. Her socks and shoes are underneath it. She's not even walking yet at this age, and she's in a stroller. And this lady was like, and I never ever, I wasn't a confident mom my first time around, but I was triggered because this lady was like, oh, no socks or something as she passed by, and I literally turned the stroller around in the store, and I said, she has socks and they're under here and it's not your business.
Oh my gosh.
I was so mad.
I need to see that Dana.
And she just kept moving. I was so mad. I was just like, are you kidding me? Same with like, if my kid didn't have a jacket on, like, I understand it's winter, but they shouldn't wear the jacket in the car seat. Those big puffy jackets that we would have in New York.
No, you can't even snap that shit, and it's cold, and everyone's crying, and they're like smothered. The jacket's like up here, and they're like trying to turn their head,
it's
getting
like proven
smothered.
to be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they can come right out of the car seat with that on.
No, did you hear about like when the baby sleeps in the people are letting the baby sleep in the car seat, and they because
it's scary.
Yeah.
So I never let them have a jacket, and my feeling was
throw
we're walking from house
blanket over there, like
to car, which is warm and warm. Like they could handle a 1 minute, not even a 30-second walk to the car in the cold. It's all good. They're gonna survive, and they all did.
They will.
They all survived.
I know. People just wanna. I think people have nothing better to do but just be like nasty sometimes.
I think when I become a grandmother, my number one goal is to not interfere like that.
Right.
Like to have no. And not saying like, I mean, I think like I'm advice driven in general and like if they came to me, but like I am not going to say, I just feel like I have to understand that times are going to change and 30 years from now isn't going to have the same type of items, regulations, safety things. Like
they might find out. Get like, okay, so you know how like back in the day, like or our parents or even like the difference from my parents to your parents, like do you think that they were less crazy and uptight and careful than we are now? And then if so, what the next, like our kids' generation, are they gonna be like fucking freaks with their kids, like wear helmets and don't go outside?
Maybe.
How are we not gonna want to intervene with that?
We are definitely crazier than they were back then.
Oh, I know. We talk about all the shit that we got into as young kids because we weren't like tracked or whatever or had phones and stuff.
Know. And like in teenage years, I feel like it's different, but baby years, like at the same time, I hate the whole, well, you know, we raised kids and they're fine. Yeah. Or like, you know, we all survived. No, you guys all didn't survive. Like there's a reason seatbelts got put into cars and car seats got made.
Right.
Because you didn't all survive. Maybe you did personally, but it's such a naive comment to think that like things can't get better and more improved.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like my science-based information.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's great. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if it's going to get even, like, more of a freak show.
But I know what you're saying. Yes, as far as, like, playing outdoors and, like, going out with friends and stuff. I do agree.
Or like any crazy like whatever illness that might be like going around where people just like start locking their kids in like their own rooms and like not letting them see other friends and stuff because they're scared they're going to get something.
Yes.
I know.
I think that we have too much knowledge and it's just going to continue. I think the more knowledgeable we get and the more access we get to other people's lives, we weren't meant to see other people living 24/7. We see other people's lives. Like, I mean, yeah, we're seeing what they choose to show us, but like still like that's what happened. We started to see, oh, like these people who are like mom influencers do all of these things. Like maybe we should be doing those things.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're seeing like illnesses go around. You know how many times I've seen like it start getting momentum, like some sort of illness that's like going around in the Southeast region or something, and then like nothing comes of it, but like it gets you scared as a mom for a second. Like you're like, oh shit, like is this gonna be another, you know, pandemic? Like, oh my God, that's my biggest fear is like another lockdown.
I know.
I don't know that I could handle it. I mean, I know that's selfish because like if it's serious, it's serious, but I'm just like, oh my God, that was so hard.
Yeah, I mean, I have a different perspective on how I went through everything.
Yeah.
I know it's hard for many people, but I enjoyed I'm someone this person. I kind of like chaos, so I like that immediate halt. It was like I love like hurricanes that come in and stuff. Like I love that like all of a sudden there's no school. All of a sudden we can't go anywhere.
Yes,
all of a sudden you need to get creative.
I do think it
so
gave
like
us
just for
that.
that smidge second, everything paused. And you had to, and I think a lot of people came out of that from like different jobs and careers and passions and ambitions and like how a lot of people got an RV and just fucking took off.
Yeah.
Like a lot of things changed for a lot of people. So I do think out of what we consider to be like tragic and horrible things, beautiful things are like birthed.
Oh, I totally agree.
So like I
try
to zoom out a lot. Like here's where that like non-physical being shit comes in. Like I try to zoom out a lot, not too far because I'm here to be a human. I'm here to be on Earth. Like, I don't want to be like detached from that, but I also try to zoom out and just be like, okay, like there's more coming from this. Like, you know, just don't try to panic in the moment.
Yeah.
What's that gonna do anyways?
I know.
Like
my parents watch the news like 24/7.
I can't with that. Like I can't. I feel like my parents do, and so does Trevor's parents. I think like all parents do. I think
it's a common thing.
I don't want to be that person. Can we make like this big oath that we're not going to be those grandparents that sit there and watch the news and then try to bark out all the worries that we think that might happen?
No, I can't live like that. And the other thing is,
like that either.
Half the things that listen, there's a difference between being aware of what's going on and like obsessing over it.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't. There was also, I don't think we were meant to take in the news 24 hours a day.
No.
The news used to come on. It was your local news. It would be on for an hour a night, and that was it. And then you turn it off, and it's done. Now we have social media. We have the internet.
Now it's
and
about
we have
as
news
true
24/7.
as like reality TV.
I know, but you're also seeing even what is true. You're seeing too much of it.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
We
Like
shouldn't
scare
know
tactic
about
shit.
a small event that happened in California. Like we wouldn't have known that normally. You know what I mean? Like that worry wouldn't have been brought to us.
Yeah, they just want us worried all the time.
Yes, and I feel like that is something that I hope that I don't become, because what control do I even have? Like, sure, I can know about what's going on, but like, what am I going to do about it?
Exactly.
Of course, there are certain things that you can do about certain issues.
But I love how people will talk about what needs to be done and no one's fucking doing anything about it.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we need it. I'm like, okay, well then you make your effort. Let's see you do something.
Do you think our brains have to be busy with certain things, so like when you retire and you don't have kids anymore, you almost like are more prone to going in that direction?
Probably, but go fucking like spend some time at the like animal, shelter or something. Like go do something like worthwhile. Go help people in, like lesser, they have like
some sort of volunteering or
like,
hobby.
Yeah. Like I love those like women that like knit blankets and shit for like newborns and like hats and stuff. I'm like, that's cute. Or like just go volunteer your time. Or if there's someone struggling, like even someone at the grocery store, if you can like see they're struggling, like maybe write them a little note. Just be like, someone loves you today, or you had a pretty smile or whatever.
I love notes.
I'm going to be that's going to be our job. We're going to be like people that write notes and give them to people that just.
I love notes. I do kindness candy canes every winter with the kids.
That's really sweet. I don't do cards, but I want to.
No, it's not cards. So I buy a bunch of candy canes.
Okay.
And I get gift tags.
Okay.
And we write something nice on each one, and then we put it on everyone's doors in the neighborhood. And it could be like, cute. I love your lights this year, or like, Thank you for being such
You're
a great
such a good
neighbor,
human
or
being.
things like that.
This is why you don't take your makeup off at night, because you're fucking coming up with these cool things.
I know. That's the thing. I'm so busy.
And I'm like sitting in a bath like selfishly, and you're like fucking changing the world. I'm like, Peter patting my feet. So, something that I wanted to bring up was like a big waste of time, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is how we got to the point where I can't even buy a fucking book light on Amazon without going and clicking on the 4 to 5 star reviews on Amazon and scrolling through them.
We are review obsessed.
And this takes so much time. I'm like, then I whittle it down to 2 or 3. Yeah. Then I throw them in the cart, and then I forget about it because I've taken up an hour looking at something, and then it takes me that much longer to like order it. Where back in the day, we just like walk in, buy something, leave. And if it was, and Trevor was arguing, he's like, no, because now you have knowledge. If it's a piece of shit, I'm like, if it was a piece of shit, I will just use it and then throw it away or whatever. Like
knowledge overload. Again, it comes in every aspect. It was like we have too much knowledge. We have too much knowledge. We are just too smart. No, we have too much knowledge for real though.
And how do we know those people and they're even real people?
Well, most of them aren't.
Well, I know that for sure. Because I know people get hired to just go on and review things like, oh, I stayed at that hotel. It was really nice.
Right.
Boom, just to push down all the negative reviews. I worked in like SEO and shit.
Yes.
And
honestly, I don't even look at, so I am so review driven now that I don't even want to read the review. I want to see it because I need to see to believe now. So like if I'll give you an example, like I use TikTok as my search engine a lot. I know you told me I've been doing better by it. You should be proud of me. I use it now for everything. I use it as a search engine a lot, and I will literally, if there, let's say I want to like, I don't know, let's say I want to look up a product or something, like I wanted to buy, I will search on there like best.
Okay, but don't you also think TikTok is getting so influencer and product driven now? Like everything I pull up, this person's like, oh my God, like you're gonna die. Like I hate this. I'm obsessed with this product. Yes. That's what I see every
and the TikTok
2 or 3 things about like some kind of freaking hair weave I need or makeup. And I'm like, I do pause for a second.
I know.
I'm like, wait, what?
What am I obsessed with? Tell me.
I need snail, like, what is
mucin?
Yeah.
I bought snail mucin. I'm so influenceable.
Did it work? Do you like it?
It feels nice.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not life changing.
Yeah. But like, I guess like.
But like, I bought snail.
Is it better to be influenced by people that are being fake, or the way we used to be influenced old school by like TV ads and like?
So that's my feeling. We've always been influenced, right?
Yeah.
Like we've always been influenced. There was always commercials. There was always magazines. There was always like the it girls. Like we've always been influenced. So I just think it's another version. But because we're spending so much time on social media, it's on us a lot.
How come none of us feel like there's a problem going on if we zoom out a little bit? How come we are okay with being influenced so strongly?
I just think it's natural. I think that influencing happened even back in like the 1800s. I think you always had
there's like a herd.
Yeah, I think you always had the girl
tribe
that wore the best clothes and the people that did things. Yeah. I always think you had people that you looked up to. I really do. I don't think it's a new concept.
Not a new concept, but how come we're so okay like just following the herd so easily? Like one person hops on this trend. I'm not saying I'm not guilty for it, like hops on a trend like we're both wearing small gold hoops. Like, you know what I mean? Like I get it and it's fun, but like do we
I don't know.
Are we okay with that?
I like it. I want it.
That's a isn't that part of a song?
Yeah.
I see it.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah.
I want it. I got it. Something like that, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Let's play that song on our next one.
Oh, that's a good one, actually. You'd be really bad at it. You know that, right?
You totally lost my thought. I'm like dancing. You're like, you'll be really bad at it. I'm like, oh.
You would like name that song.
Oh, yeah. I'm terrible with songs. I'm terrible.
Hold on. We're getting off track really quick.
Okay, go back.
Back to the review thing. When I say I look it up, I don't look up like what you're saying, like more of the ad stuff. I want to see like, okay, like I like typing in, like I like looking at girls that have a similar body to mine and seeing clothes that they buy.
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing it on them and like that's, I mean, of course you can
fake
things.
on TikTok or on Amazon with the reviews?
Either.
Okay.
But like, of course you can fake things, right? Like make them look good. But like, I just feel like seeing it is better for me than just like seeing a review being like, I got this in a size large.
True. I always go with the pictures.
Yes.
I will say those are like,
I want a visual.
So if you're like someone out there that has a product, like you pay somebody to put it on their body and do the
visuals and videos,
screenshot
100%.
And like a full, like a real person doing like, I will agree with that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like an Amazon book light. Like, let's stop. I don't need 5,432 comments of why like the battery wasn't so long or the angle wasn't right or
it's not that
it was
serious.
Just until I'm like, just fucking serious. Use it. And if it works for you.
Wait, have you ever done a review though? Because I haven't.
I think I did like one. When I was like,
who has the time to do that?
This is my other problem. Who are these people? They need a life. That's what I think.
I know now.
They think they're being helpful. So
And
it's
they
ki- it's
are.
kind of-
I mean, it is
I was
helping
like,
me, I
say,
guess.
it's kind of cute. I kind of like those know-it-alls slightly.
Yeah, it is helping me.
But
Thank
I
you for
also
giving me that
think, like,
information.
I also think, like, I don't know, like, really?
Yeah, I've never
5,000
written a
or-
review like that, but I do know that if you're part of the Amazon influencer program, that you can do reviews, and I think you get paid on them if someone then buys the product. So I think there's like that type of thing.
Again, what if you don't really like that product and you're just being like, you know?
Well, yeah, you're gonna have people that do that.
That's why you just have to go with your gut.
Yeah,
You
it
just
is hard,
look at
though.
something and just be like, okay, well, okay. On Amazon, you can return if you don't like it. Do you know how many things I throw in that shopping cart and I press checkout and I
I'm
just
so bad
buy
with
that
returns.
shit?
Do you know how many things I buy and I
Oh,
don't
I
like and they
return them.
sit right on my thing?
No, I return every single one of them.
Oh, I should.
Because I buy, like, usually, like, I just bought a bodysuit and I had to buy 2 different sizes because I didn't know which one was going to fit
Yeah.
me. I have no problem sticking both of the sizes in the checkout, and then instead of sitting there trying to figure out, like, typing, you know, when you go to the search bar and you're like, okay, whatever size they are and weight or whatever, and try to compare yourself in that. Well, like, this person doesn't have the same boobs and stuff as me, so I don't know if, like, that's gonna just go the same height and weight or whatever. Like, so anyway, I can't be bothered with that. I'm just gonna put 2 sizes in there, have it, try it on, and guess what? I get to return it
That's
for free.
why, though, we weren't so review driven, because we used to go to stores and try things on.
And then return them.
Or just try them on and know, oh, this doesn't look good. And you'd have a whole selection in your dressing room of things you're going to try on. We don't do that anymore. Shopping is like
some
all
of the
online.
dressing rooms are like closed.
I know.
That's weird, right?
That is weird. Like that was that was fun. That was the
It
fun
was
part
so
of
much
shopping.
fun. It's so
Now
much
it's just
fun.
like add to cart.
Like I remember I used to go with my mom. Like I would be so excited to get like clothes for high school and stuff, and she'd stand out there, and I'd come out and be like, "Dun dun dun, what do you think?" And she'd be like, "No, that's not for you." She's Peruvian, so she has that accent. Or she'd be like, "Oh," and I'm like, "I know," and you like feel so good.
Or you go with like all your friends, and you'd be like shopping and like
and they'd
going
be like,
to the
"Oh
dressing
my
rooms.
god, that looks so cute on you. Get that." I'm not even lying. You have to get that.
Yes.
And you're like, "Okay, I will."
Oh, I know. I miss that. I hope kids today either still do that if they have malls nearby.
We don't have a mall. We don't have a mall where we live.
Or then do an Amazon haul and at least like all hang out together and try it on together.
Have a fashion
That
show.
could be a fun way to do it.
I know, even Callie used to do that. She'd go shopping and come back with these bags and be like, okay, let me see everything.
Yeah.
Like, who doesn't want to see that? I don't know.
That's like the funnest part of shopping.
We lost something with Amazon, didn't we? Our soul.
And gained a lot.
And they lost their soul. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
We gained a lot too, though.
I know, right? It like pretty much put us in a whole nother bracket of shopping. Smarter, I think.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
I definitely think that we're starting to consume too much, though. Like
I definitely have too much
and
shit
it's hard.
everywhere.
And I want to become minimalistic, okay?
Me
Like
too.
I look at these people and I'm like, that is what I want, and I'll go on and rant with John and I'll be like, we can't even clean the house until we get rid of everything. We need
too.
to like clear everything.
Oh.
We shouldn't have anything in
Trevor's
here.
such a hoarder. I don't understand why keeping things, especially now when like things are inexpensive and you can get things on Amazon and return whatever. Like I just think like if you need something, you'll buy it then. Like why hold on to anything?
I don't know.
Someone said if you don't like, let's
hello.
say, I don't know, something in this room, like if you're not displaying it and it's like in a box for years and years, you're not doing anything. You're not like, it's not worth it's like whatever attachment you have, you need to then put it in like one of those display boxes and hang it up if it meant something for you. But
I have a cat's ass in my face right now.
that's what Trevor says all the time. You
Like,
get up.
I mean, you could do this, but like, do you have to
Go
put your
away.
asshole in my face?
So yeah, like I think we have too much shit, like stored boxes all over from
It's disgusting.
from the jewelry we have to the socks, the shoes,
It's
the
too
clothes,
much.
the purses.
And John is definitely more of a hoarder too. And my feeling is if we haven't used it in 6 months, well, we won't use it.
Oh, yeah.
We won't use it.
Yeah.
So get rid of it. And he's like, oh my God, the other day I was clearing out the girls' rooms and like I was done. Like I was like, Violet has this desk in her room that she's had it since she was like 3. So it has nail polish and crust, unidentifiable substances. And I'm like, we're throwing this shit out.
Mold.
Like I'm done. Probably mold. And I'm like, I'm done. We're getting
Skin
rid
flakes.
of it. Go to the dump. This is disgusting. John's
Yeah.
like, well, I think we can sand that down and repurpose it and repaint. And I go, with what
Wait,
time?
reduce, reuse, recycle. I like
I
that.
appreciate it. I would rather put it up for free and let
know.
someone else
I do that-
reduce and recycle.
We do that all the time.
all the time.
We do that.
All the
There's like
time.
a cool little like Facebook website.
I'm on
that
it, yeah.
we do that. I love that. I put huge bags of clothes and like whoever wants
I will
it.
donate it. That's fine. I mean, this was kind of dump worthy. Like things were broken. Like, I mean, like it
Yeah.
really was like a mess. This wasn't like a And that's what I was trying to say to him. This is not really fixable. I'm all about like repurposing things.
Yeah, you guys are
This
good
is
at
not
like
fixable.
repurposing.
Yeah,
and,
we do
and
all the
building really
time.
cool things. You guys are really good at
This
that.
was
so.
But
this one
trash.
you're like, this one's a goner.
It also was Lily's before that. So I'm talking like we've had this thing for a long time.
Yeah.
It was trash.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm like, just got rid of it. I'm so done. So then I brought up something else. I had something else in my hand. I forget what it was. And I was like, okay, like we're going to donate this. It was like, whatever. And he was like, but don't you think that, I'm like, no, you are so bad. And why do you care about their stuff in their room?
Yeah, really. Why do you care about their stuff
But it's like
in their room?
he can't, in his head, it's like it's our things and like we shouldn't get rid of them. And it was
I
driving
want
me
to
nuts.
get rid of it all. I do.
I hate it. So anyway, I
What
got
about
rid of
all
all
the little
that.
like shit that you get from like goodie bags?
I hate goodie bags.
School.
I hate goodie bags.
Like erasers and even like when you have, okay, like I know that you think like the big birthday parties and you get presents and like the one, like if it's not like one big present.
Yeah.
It's like bath bombs, nail polish, socks, the thing that goes here, hair clips,
Yeah.
sunglasses. Well, Freya loves opening them all, but then they just get like dumped in her room somewhere. And I will say she tries to use some of it, but like in that, it's
Yeah.
crazy town in that shelf of shit.
I don't know why we are such an anti-gift card society.
Me either. My mom's been preaching it forever. Even Trevor's like, oh, I don't want to get your brother like another pair of whatever socks. Or I'm like, my mom has always been like, he
Right.
uses them. They're his
Right.
favorite socks. Like he will use them until holes. And he's like, that's something you can go buy for yourself. It's not like thoughtful. I'm like, okay, you can then take the risk of buying something thoughtful, but then they won't use it. It'll just sit there.
I love the idea of thoughtful, right? Like I really do.
Me too.
And like if they're
but maybe not for like all
you're
year
just
round.
not always
going
to have thoughtful in you. And like
Right.
sometimes like I don't know, like there are going to be years that I can come up with thoughtful and there's going to be years that you're going to get a gift card. I
Right.
mean, and
I think I do the same, and I do both too. But like we were just talking about too, though, about like consuming so much. So that the idea is the gift card is that you're going to then go consume more shit that you
but
don't
at
need.
least it's stuff that you either need or want.
Let's go back to those. Yes, but let's go back to those experiences. I think a gift card for an experience would be cool.
That would be the best case
That'd be the
scenario.
best
I
case.
think that if you're going to get my kids anything, gift cards for experiences are the best, for sure.
Yeah.
But second up to that, I would say
Yeah.
rather than spending
So that
$20
you can use it on an experience or
bath
something.
bombs and this and that and all the stuff that
Bath
they
and
won't
Body
use,
Work chemical shit.
like
I don't need
give
that.
us a gift card.
Yeah.
They'll use that. At
Yeah.
least they can pick out something that they like, and then it's a shopping experience, and it's still fun and whatever.
True, that can be an experience too in itself, and or you can use
But you're
it
right.
towards
It
dinner
all
or
just
something
gets
like
thrown
that.
out. And I really don't like goodie bags.
I know.
I really don't like goodie bags.
I'm
And I
trying
try
to
not
get a
to
little
do
bit
it.
smarter with them, which is like I know everyone would use this. Every year I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
But
I would rather like spend a little bit extra money and get one thing for each kid that's like more usable.
yeah, like maybe like a cup or something, like one of those.
Yeah,
not
a cup,
a
that's
Stanley.
cute. Everybody gets a Stanley.
Oh my God, they're a nightmare at the dance studio. They tip. Everyone
know.
runs into them and they
I
tip
know.
over because they're top heavy. And
I know.
They're so annoying.
And everyone loves them.
I hate them.
No, I definitely think goodie bags
I'm kidding,
could
I don't
be,
hate them.
you could have like, you could do like a cup or I'm trying to think what else I've done. I did that candy bar, which I know it's still candy, but I'm like, at least
I thought that was
like,
great. They're eat it in the moment. Whatever they
Yes,
don't, you just chuck it.
exactly.
You didn't have to get like those tiny stamps or those little
little erasers. I hate those shit.
What about the tiny like bubble things?
Oh, I can't.
Because that gets everywhere.
I know.
Who came up with ring pop? They need to be fucking fired.
Ring pops?
Ring pops.
Why?
They're gross. They're sticky.
They're gross.
And they've got whatever dye A and B and blue and red or
Oh,
whatever it
yeah.
is. They're total
All
terrible.
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
It's like
think
the
they're
push-up
gross.
pops that I used to have. I think those
Yeah.
are grosser. I remember my fingers
And they're
always
like
getting wet.
slobbering all over it, and they're like, what? And I'm like, ooh,
The push-up pops, your fingers would always get
That
wet.
looks really-
I know.
that looks.
You know those push-up pops?
I know, and I'm like watching. I'm like, demonstrate that one more time in case no one knew what like a push-up pop was. Is it better than this that I was doing to the ring pop?
Oh my God, is there a sugar daddy that'll pay me for a push-up pop?
In comes a whole box of them
Yeah.
for you.
Well, anyway, I remember the push-up pops. My fingers would get all like slimy and wet when
And
you
then
were
you put
eating
the
them.
cap back on and you'd come back to it like a day later. It's disgusting.
What about jawbreakers? Those were nasty too. Did you ever have those?
No, I don't think I was. I didn't really like candy.
I didn't either. I was influenced as a 6-year-old because all my friends had jawbreakers and I wanted
Warheads.
a jawbreaker.
I think those were like
I
fun
love
because like
Warheads.
you wanted the sour ones, see who can like handle it. Now all of a sudden we have like
My mouth's
crazy,
watering right
like-
now. I love Warheads.
Now we have like Talkies and shit.
Yeah. My kids
like
love
the
those.
spicy chips.
Yeah,
They get off on that.
So what's a good idea? If you were a mom looking to not give a shitty goodie bag that's going to have mini erasers and bubbles, which I understand it's cheap and it's a thoughtful thing because you're trying to give it to someone.
It's not that
like,
cheap when there's 20 of those bitches and you have to come up with something cool for everything. Okay, I think one time I got a really yummy, or one of the kids at a birthday party got a really, you can tell they took time, they baked cookies and they iced it really pretty and they put it in like cellophane wrap and that was like their thing. Like
that's a good idea.
What are those things? The cake pops too.
Yep.
A cake pop or a cookie that they're probably going to eat in the car on the way home or
little
later
dessert.
that day.
Okay.
Done.
Yep.
Done. It didn't cost a lot and it also went in and out.
True.
Didn't create clutter.
Mm-hmm. I would also say like something that they can do. Like I think it's cute to do like a little like ceramic with like a couple little paints or something.
You mean as a goodie bag or something to do at the party?
A goodie bag.
Oh, okay.
Like you can go and get them for like $1. Those little ceramic things. At least it's like a craft, you know? Like,
yeah.
And
but
it's
that
one
did require a mess though in a way.
You got to deal with something. I mean, the
I
push
do
box
like
could create a mess too.
I do think that that's also a good idea for presents too. Anything like crafty.
Yes, I like craft presents for sure.
You're right though. I think you just got maybe that's a great idea as far as a goodie bag. Like maybe wait for like something to go on sale and then like clearance,
right?
And get like 15 of them.
Yeah.
Boom, it's done. Even though it was originally too expensive for an actual goodie bag,
right?
You got it for like $5.
But you're right.
Because you know you're paying more than $5 for a bag.
I was going to say that.
I was paying way more. I was trying to find something to like divide it up. Perhaps if you know you're going to spend like $5 to $10 anyway on per goodie bag, ice cream. Like a gift card to the ice cream.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because we've gotten gifts like that before. I think I've got them as dance teacher gifts, like $10 to like Rita's or whatever ice cream place. I'm like, awesome. It gives me an excuse to go to my kids and we use a little gift card. And also my kid, I was like, oh, I have that gift card. Can we go do that? I'm like, great. We didn't think about anything or we'll do that on the way home.
That's a really good idea. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
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 Or like, I mean, you could really put that like anywhere. Yeah. Like you just said, like a $5 to $9 gift card anywhere.
Bar. I think
candy
people
bar
need to know it's not a candy bar, like a bar that you eat.
Right.
It was like a bar with different dishes. Yeah, different dishes.
A little candy buffet.
And we like scooped it into the bag and the experience
And I got that all from the dollar store as far as like the containers.
Yeah.
And I will reuse them again.
Yeah.
So I put them
for
away.
any other like little get together we have like that. It was super cute and it was a great idea.
That was an easy goodie bag for sure.
I liked it.
And it kind of went with like her little girly theme and stuff. Yeah. It was cute little ending.
Or perhaps I don't know, I was about to say like a really high-end lip gloss and that's it, but like that shit gets lost too.
That shit gets lost. But again, I would still rather one product than like a bunch of stuff. I mean, you just like brought back the mini bubbles and those little mini erasers and all that stuff. Like you're right, I find them everywhere.
The little bouncy ball.
Yeah. I find that everywhere.
Like, those like temporary tattoos. My kids do love them though.
I know.
That's cool then, I guess. It's just still one more thing. They're like, Mom, help me. And they're like ripping them in the goodie bag. There's shit everywhere.
Or don't give one.
Or don't.
Also an option.
Yeah, why
do we have to give a goodie bag?
Why do we have to give a goodie bag?
I don't know. Like,
I'm sorry, I just paid for your food, cake, a fun experience, and now I have to leave you with a gift.
And you know what? I will say, actually, do you remember I had a birthday party for maybe it was both the girls, and I actually didn't give a goodie bag. What we did is their goodie bag, their like take-home thing, was an activity that we did there where I gave them the canvases and I took tape and I put their initial on it with tape and then they painted the whole thing. We took the tape off, it had their initial and it was a canvas. And they each took their canvas
craft
home.
maybe they're doing there can make it take home.
I think that's plenty.
I think maybe people are doing that and
we're too
missing
much.
Out.
Yeah, I'm too much. So I'm talking about myself
Me too. I know where I need to like bring it down a little bit.
All right. So we need to make a pact.
Okay.
That we don't do goodie bags
that
are crappy.
Let's do it.
And we don't need to like do all the stupid excess stuff.
Yeah. Okay, what are we going to do about spending money and buying stupid shit?
I'm trying to get better.
I am too, I think.
I'm a little less impulsive. I try to think about my buys now. I try to take a second. And I'm like, do I really need that?
Do you buy more for yourself or for the girls?
The kids.
Okay.
Totally. I will get
in what sense? Like clothes? Because like when do they ever get to wear clothes? Because they're either in school uniforms or dance gear.
I buy them clothes. I've gotten better since we moved down here. They used to not have uniforms.
Right.
So when we were in New York, I used to buy them clothes all the time. Like all the time. But now that we're here, I don't buy them as many, but I do buy them clothes. I buy them, I do a lot of buying like experience stuff for them, like just always like
Yeah.
doing stuff with them. Dance outfits. I'm constantly buying things for like their school, their this, their that.
I was gonna
whatever.
say, like, I can't tell you how many times it's like, wear Orange Day for whatever, and I'm like,
Right.
fuck, I'm like on Amazon, I'm like, I have 2 days, I better get this shit, or I'm like running to a store,
Yeah.
or putting money in the e-wallet for their book fair.
Right.
And then they had a Secret Santa book, whatever.
I know.
That's just in the last 2 weeks.
Lily wanted $40 for that book fair. I go, girl, you're freaking crazy. How much did you give your kids?
40.
40?
Each.
Oh my, you spent $80.
Okay, can I let me color that a little bit? We read every night together as a family. Like like books are like, if you go look in Freya's room, we have an entire bookshelf, and I've
Go
done
to the
that.
library, check some out, and bring
We
them
do
back.
that too. We do that too, and I let them pick out their books and stuff. But this is like part of their, like, you make up like fucking
Yeah.
marshmallow sticks and movie nights, and you buy them matching pajamas. Don't get on my shit about $40 for books.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Like, so we don't do that
Yeah.
as much. I don't make their experiences at home like as fun. So I'm like, okay, well then buy a book. I know I'm spending way too much in this moment, but I know that we all lay in bed together. We love it. And we have like
Yeah, we all have
story time.
different things that we spend money on and prioritize.
But
Totally
still,
true.
That was a lot, and I was kind of pissed about it.
Well, no, like Lily came to me. No, let me give you a little background. Lily doesn't read,
Yeah.
and
right.
she's like, I
Both
want
my
$40
kids
for
do,
books, and I'm like, for when? Like, what are you reading? So I gave them $25 each, and I'm like, that'll get you guys.
That's
2
a lot of
books.
money still. That's
Yeah.
a lot of money.
Yes.
Especially if they're not reading as much or whatever. But I told Freya, I'm like, don't get those crafty books that like look pretty on the outside. What does she come home with? 4 of them.
Yep. I know. Violet too. She came home with like one of those journals that like is just like a big squishy thing on top.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
Lily actually got 2 books, and they were both about service dogs. One was like a type 1. It was all about a girl who has type 1, and her and her
see?
service dog go up on a mountain. And I was
Sometimes
like,
we
okay,
have to
that's
give them
kinda
the
cute.
benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
though, right? Sometimes.
Yeah.
I
But
know what we're feeling. We're feeling like you don't have time to read. You don't read. Why am I going to do that?
I
But,
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's what she'll say. She'll be like, I don't have time. Everything's I don't have time.
Have you noticed that like everything we talked about is like money, 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 money,
Yeah.
money, money, money.
This
money,
is why I
money,
need to
money, money.
become a stripper, a sugar baby, or I don't know. I need some abs.
You need to wear diapers and pacifiers.
Listen, if it gets to that point, it gets to that point. I hope not, but that's really my line.
We need a reaction video of you of someone blowing orange juice in their face and you gagging. Blah. You can make money
No,
off
a video won't. Oh, me do it. Yeah. Oh, I hate that so much. Don't
go
even.
viral on TikTok.
Or like, have you ever brushed your teeth after drinking orange juice?
Yeah, that's not good. Who does that? Or vice versa, brush your teeth.
Well,
and
he
then have
has
orange
to.
juice.
If he drank it, he needs to go brush his damn teeth and swish with Listerine.
It's that intense for you?
I hate it. I hate it. And if I'm pregnant, don't even like. Now we have a whole day that we can't be near each other.
A whole day
Like I don't even want like any of
to
that.
digest and everything.
Yeah, no, I hate it so much.
whole
Luckily,
day.
I don't keep orange juice in the house, and he doesn't drink it.
Styles has a cup of orange juice every morning.
Well, Styles needs to not sleep over.
Styles needs to not breathe on you.
Yeah.
We'll remember
No,
that.
it's not the orange juice that grosses me out. Like, and I could even have a little bit of. So I'll never drink orange juice straight. And
I water mine down.
well,
If I even have any.
no, I'm talking
kinda
about
gross
like
now.
with like champagne, but like.
As a mixer, I do a splash.
Yeah,
Just
so I was gonna say like whenever like sometimes we used to go for like brunch and stuff, and like if I ever got a mimosa, I'd always be like, "Can you hold the orange juice?" And they're like, "So you want champagne?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Well, yeah." And if they couldn't do that, I'm like, "Well, then the tiniest splash of orange juice, please."
Plus,
like,
are we
they
trusting
probably
the
think-
orange juice back there? Like, have you worked at a bar before? That shit's not like
Right.
not real orange juice.
And they probably think that I'm being like an alcoholic, but actually, I just don't want your disgusting orange juice in my mouth,
Let's all be honest here, Dana.
and I want more champagne.
I know for champagne.
But like, yeah, no, I don't want that.
It's not that bad.
It is.
I mean, I can
Do you like milk? I feel like a lot of people have a thing with milk.
I don't like it at all.
So if I like started chugging milk and like it was spilling down me and then I like breathed on you.
I would think that's kind of hot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not bothered by it. I'm not gonna gag. Like I don't gag. Like things don't gross me out like gag worthy ish. I might
Yeah.
just not like it. Like going back to the hygiene thing. Like I'm not a clean freak. It's not like I have to wash my hands all the time or anything. I just think like maybe I'm being judgmental. Maybe that's what it is. I just feel like if you can't be bothered to do like one simple thing, which is like just taking care of your mouth and you're brushing your teeth, then what does that say about you as a whole?
I don't know. What does it say about me?
Not you. You brush your teeth.
Yeah, but
Laziness,
I mean, I
maybe?
probably don't do as good of a job as you would do. I probably would let you down.
and then I'd still find you cute.
Do you floss all the time too?
Fuck yeah, every night.
See, you would be so disappointed in me.
I mean, I don't expect everyone else to. It's kind of like whatever you're like into, you don't expect the world to be into, but bare minimum.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
Yeah, I have to brush my tongue really good. That's the one area, like, if I have to rush,
Me too.
like,
Okay,
my tongue
not
is getting
brushing your
scraped
tongue
like
is
shit.
like not wiping your ass. How
Yes.
do you not brush your tongue until it is all back to pink?
I want one of those water flossers.
No, I have one. It hurts, and I don't think
I
it
know,
does
but the
anything.
dentist said it's like really good for your teeth. And like she was saying that the way my teeth are like situated, that it would be really good for me to do in the shower every day. And it was a way that she was like, it makes my patients do it because you're in the shower anyway. So you're not worried about.
You won't just floss instead? That seems easier than like putting this big water pick.
She
And
just
it sprays
said that
all over
water,
your eyeballs.
well, that's why
and
she
stuff.
said do it in the shower.
Yeah, it's really messy.
Yeah.
Well,
I want one.
You can have mine. It's like down in
judgy.
it's down in the cabinet. I'll get it for you.
Okay,
And we'll see if you keep
I'll
up
take
with
it. I'll do it in the shower.
Okay, I do. I want to hear about that.
I mean, I'm in the shower for so long anyway. This is where I say like I do have time for a bath. I like take very long showers. I have to shave everything on my body.
How do you do that standing? See, this is why I want to bathe. Like, I just want to.
I have a huge bench in my shower.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't sit on it. I usually just stand. But I can if I wanted to sit on it.
Yeah.
And I have 2 shower heads. So I'm really getting covered the whole time.
I mean, I get it. I think showers are great too. I think I'm too lazy by the end of the night. I just want to sit.
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, I would do it in there.
So milk.
Okay, back to milk.
Back to milk. I think it's weird that we keep drinking
Is it
something
weird?
from another
Wait.
mammal after our.
Yes. I'll never forget the day
child
that I went vegan.
years.
I heard that. They were like, I mean,
It's
I'm not
never
vegan
occurred to anybody?
now, but like someone was like, why am I drinking breast milk from a giant cow that's meant to make a little calf to a 400-pound cow? And I was like, oh, damn, so true. Why are we drinking other people's breast milk? Let their breasts be for their babies.
Yes.
So ever since then, I don't
And like
drink
when
milk.
we stop breastfeeding, like that should be good. We're done with our milk period.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's part of the whole system. At one time, they're just like, oh, it's healthy for you or whatever.
Well, yes, there was the whole got milk movement. Milk is like the one thing that I feel like the government, I think it's the government, like really pushed out.
FDA, not FDA, whatever the.
Yeah.
It's not FDA. I think it's something else that handles all the like farm
USDA or something.
agricultural shit.
And I think that's why they pushed it was for the farmers, which I understand the whole
Great. I know.
thing.
I don't want to like put people out of their jobs. And
No,
stuff, but
no,
then
and
at the
that's
same
fine.
Time, like we're
But-
mass producing it at this
Well,
point.
yeah, when they have like all those things on them all the time, and
So
they're
bad.
in there.
Mass production, like on any animal, is just I don't like it. I mean, I'm not doing the best at it, but we don't. I think we started buying milk a little bit more recently because I actually didn't let my kids like have cereal in the morning ever. We always have like fruit or a piece of toast or something like that. And lately, Trevor's been like handing breakfast because I'm like running behind because I'm washing my face.
Listen, sometimes you have to make do.
No, I'm not judging, and I'm not
Yeah.
judging. I think we do always a combination. There's some days where I'm like, fuck that. We're not eating shitty cereal. You're gonna have a good breakfast for like, and I try to do it like for 2 whole weeks, and then there'll be like 2 or 3 days where I'm like,
and
you
you're
know
busy.
what, we did good. Cereal it is today. But anyway, I just trying to. So anyway, other than for cereal, we don't drink milk. Like we don't. I've never put them on.
So
there
I
or
use
anything.
almond milk for cereal.
Yeah. Well, I tried to
or
get
oat
them
milk
on
for
that, but
cereal.
Trevor kind of spoiled
That's
them
it.
with the other thing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
And my kids like that's all they know with cereal.
that's great.
But we don't actually, and we use
It's
it for
grandparents. Grandparents spoil those things.
Yeah,
'Cause my kids didn't know
not
about
my
milk
grandparents. Not their grandparents. Mine are health nuts. They're way worse than me. When my when my
really?
kids go over there, they're eating
That's wild.
all organic, no dye, like no. My mom is almost fully plant based. She's like 80% usually. She likes
Oh,
doing
I love
80-20.
that, though.
Oh yeah, no, they're eating way better.
My
than
kids know when they
house.
go to their grandparents' house, like they're getting shit.
No.
Like, all shit, all
Sometimes
day.
they want to even bring a snack from our house to their house because they're like, oh, they're gonna have those like, whatever cocoa, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
like
love that they feel like they're already starving before they get there.
Yeah.
I would die.
I know, but they do. They have their snacks that they like there. They always go there and they have these like. It's so funny. They're like crackers, but they're not like processed. Have you ever seen like the Mary's crackers? They're like really seedy and like truly crackers.
Yeah, it's like the bread that I used to use with my kids all the time. They're like really seedy.
Yeah.
And their friends would come over and like have to have a grilled cheese with all that
well,
seedy
my
shit. And they'd
kids
be like,
love going
gross.
there and eating those crackers with their hummus.
Yeah.
But then my dad's like, oh my God, every time your kids come over, they like cost me like so much money because my dad's snacks are so expensive.
Yeah, they are because it's all organic.
Yeah.
Why is organic that much more expensive? And is it just this weird fucking thing and it doesn't really even matter in the end?
I don't know if it matters, honestly. I'm doubting everything in life now.
organic all my life.
I know.
But in the last 2 years, maybe year, other than berries, which fucking fall apart on me the day I bring them home anyways.
Yep.
and get all mushy and gross, and then my kids won't eat them, and then I get even more pissed that I spent more money.
Yeah.
I've been buying less and less organic, which I hate to like even admit, because I feel like I've always tried to be in that sort of movement of natural and healthy and organic and trying to do the best I can for them. But then I think about us. We kind of grew up with shit food. And are we okay? Or
Isn't
are we
it
dying
a
of
weird
cancer?
concept that we have the choice that like you're supposed to go to a store and pick like, do I want to spend more money to have less pesticides?
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like, why don't we just have one type of food?
I know. Like just
Such
the
a
good
weird
kind.
concept.
Just as much.
But I agree. I buy less organic too. But I think it's because also like pricing. I think that I'm at the point
this year is
where I'm like, I
stupid.
could barely afford groceries
Yeah.
in general. How am I supposed to now go and get like the best of the best?
all the time, right? I know.
All the time. So I'm with you. I do
especially
it
if
with
you have 3
berries. I do it with like things that we're going to eat like fully, like
Apples, too.
apples. But I don't buy like organic bananas.
Yeah. Or like I used to buy organic everything, like the Cheez-Its, the cereal, but now I'm kind of like, if they're not having that all the time, I guess.
It is what it is. It sucks that we have to choose that. I hate that we have to choose that, but like I'm at a point where I can't spend, and it's significantly more now.
Crazy.
I feel like it used to be like you spend an extra like $1 or $2 and you were able to get
They're
organic.
making so much money off it now. I'd rather support like local or something.
I know, and that's
Then,
what I feel like I need to do.
I'm really jealous of the people that can just like saunter through like a farmer's market and like have nothing to do that day. I'm like, I want to be
That's
like
expensive, too.
a person with a basket and be like 10 eggs or whatever.
Me and Jack go sometimes on Thursdays, but that's really expensive too.
Oh, I know.
My friend that I work
But every
with
once
has
in a
a
while it's
farm,
fine.
and she does a lot of like animal stuff. But like, so she was like, if you ever want like a cow or a pig,
I want a cow.
you would have to. You can't have a whole cow though. No, dead.
Oh, I thought like as a pet or something to like roam around your backyard. I'm like, I want
No. Like if we want, like we can go in as a
How are you supposed
family.
to store that.
We would have to get like a chest freezer.
Yeah.
And you'd go in with like a family or two. You
Yeah.
can't have a whole cow for yourself. Like you would take you forever.
Jesus.
And they'll butcher
She's
it all
okay
up
with
and
like getting a cow, raising it, and then killing it and stuff.
yes, she feels like she gives them a good life, and
That's true,
then
though.
it goes, and she thinks
Instead of
everything's
that
a
mass
cycle.
production shit.
She also eats roadkill sometimes. She will go pick it up if it's just got hit.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
I
she's
kinda
kind of
like
a
that
badass,
she's like
honestly.
recycling and like
Yeah.
like
Oh, she is
taking full use. Like
Yes.
when people like hunt and stuff, I used to get so pissed at them. I'm like, you're like just a low life, no brainer, just going out there. How are animals supposed to fend them for themselves against the gun? But I'm like, if you're someone that like hunts, I guess on the hunting season, and you use the skin and you will store that meat
Yeah.
all year long and like use it, I'm like, I think that's how we're supposed to be.
I think so many people
Instead of
judge
like
that.
sitting like getting like a pretty packaged piece of meat that you didn't have to kill, skin, defeather, or anything. You just pick it up.
Well, beyond that, I think so many people judge like hunting.
I know.
Which
I was one of them.
understand because I did too.
Yeah.
Totally understand it. And I'm not down for hunting as a game or a sport.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
But it's less cruel than the alternative, which is if you're eating meat. I feel like you can only judge it if you're vegan.
Right.
Because if you're going and you're buying meat, then they are living lives in little cubicles usually.
I know.
Not able to see sunlight, and then they're being like slaughtered. It's
know.
horrible.
It's horrible, and their babies are
At
taken away
least the
from
ones
them.
in the wild are living their life, and
Yeah.
then they're getting hunted, and then
Right.
as long as you're not. But I'm not into it for like a sport. But like, yes, if you're using,
Yeah.
so like, how can if I'm going to the food store and I'm buying meat out of the counter, how can I judge someone hunting for their food on their own? I can't.
No,
I can't.
you can't. I wish I was like better at like fishing or something. I would take all that and like,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't know how to like.
Yeah. No, this girl is so badass. You would love her, and she's funny.
Oh my god, does she wear like cool like boots and like overalls that are all like dirty and
They posted
stuff?
her husband posted the picture the other day. She was fixing a truck with no top on. You couldn't see, you just saw that she had no top on. Because she was like, bras are expensive. If I'm getting in this truck and fixing it, I'm taking my clothes off. I was like, I love her.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But she has a farm and she does all that. And she even she does her own C-sections on her animals if she needs to get the babies out if it's an emergency. She
that's
births
so
them all.
cool.
She posts videos of them like giving birth.
I want to meet her for sure.
All of that. It's really cool. And
We need to bring her on.
Yes.
Actually.
Oh,
so maybe she can give us like a
she's
tip
funny.
for
There's
someone.
no filter.
Maybe she can give us a tip for like how does regular like suburban like life, how can you do like a little bit maybe
Yeah.
somehow, some way.
And she's very she's out in the country. She's just out there in her own
well,
little
how
world.
can we bring a little bit of country in our
I
world?
know. It's hard because we live on little plots.
Not only that, we live, especially you and I, live in a like world and timeline where we are going from when we wake up to when we go to sleep.
Yeah.
So where are we going to fit that in?
We need to slow down.
And what's wrong with us? Why are we doing that to ourselves?
We keep asking ourselves this, but yet we have yet to come up with a solution. Do you think every mom feels this way, that they're doing too much and they want to stop, but they feel like they can't stop? And what if we all gave ourselves permission to stop? Would we all then stop?
Because like we have like to sort of follow the herd and the tribe. And
because we're all being influenced by each other too. Forget influencers. We're influencing each other.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to sign up for the parade, but then I saw everyone else signed up for the parade.
Me
so I'm like,
too.
Oh, okay. Why am I still living life like that? I'm not in high school.
Because we want to make our kids happy.
I know,
and so
but then I'm teaching them also to follow everyone too.
Absolutely.
I don't like this. I want to get off this ride.
Well, it's also that idea of like, I was talking to one of the dance teachers and we were talking about like how kids need like water bottles and snacks all the time now and everything. And she's like, listen,
I can't.
And I'm like, well, it's so hard when you're like at a dance competition and some kid comes back and they've just bought the
know.
cinnamon bun and the big icy drink that was there. And my kids turn around and go, I want that. I feel like I'm always the mean parent. I'm like, you don't need that. We're not doing that. Or I make them share or whatever. And no one else is making them share.
I think you're doing a really good job raising your kids.
Well, thanks.
I feel like you have really good kids and it's going to show what you did. Like it'll be worth it all.
You don't think they're going to think that I kept things from them?
No, I'm sure at some point they're going to not like you, because I think all of our kids are going to be like, oh, they're annoying. But I think overall, I think that your kids are going to be very like well-rounded.
I think that about yours too, and I think that's why like I always want them to hang out with yours as well. And you guys give us like more excitement and stuff. Like you guys are always doing great things, and you make time for the fun things in life.
Yeah, I do try to do that. Sometimes I think I overdo it, and sometimes I like worry I'm going to make them bratty because of it. But like,
I don't think bratty. They just might now push that on their spouses, and they might get overwhelmed because they're at an upkeep. Like
they're going to have high expectations,
vacations bigs. We got to do like special things on Halloween and Christmas and each like thing, and like their spouse is going to be like, I didn't grow up like this.
It's so hard because it's like on one hand I see the opportunity to slow down and do less and be happy, but then on the other hand, there's a whole nother part of me that's like, we get to live this, like I always say, we get to live in this life once, and why not celebrate every time we can? Like, why not like have fun and like do things and celebrate and like why wouldn't I? Like, there's so much unhappiness in the world. Why not bring happiness where I can?
Yes, well, absolutely, and that's what you're good at. I also think you're just good at that too. So it's also part of like your passion and purpose, like to do those type of things, you know. And then you get to influence other people, and if it resonates, and it resonates. Like I can't tell you how many times I've seen like your pictures or your videos on what you're doing with the kids, and it makes me smile, but I don't go do it. Right. But I know other people be like, oh, that's a good idea. Well, I'd never think about glue in the dark.
Or mad because they're like, oh, now I feel like I have to do it.
If they're mad, then that's just a mere reflection of them like suffering. So I more like think, oh, that's cute, and I can't wait to get together with them on Christmas or whatever. Like I don't think too much about it, but it does make me think though, okay, that's something she did, like maybe I can amp like one of my traditions up like a little bit, but I don't have to go like outside of my comfort zone or whatever, you know. It just gives me ideas.
And you give me more inspiration to do more self-care. It's great.
So the next time you take a bath, you'll think of me?
Yes.
Are you ever going to take a bath ever again?
I don't know.
I'll come clean it for you.
Okay. Maybe if you clean it.
Put on my rubber gloves.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever take a bath. I also need a specific bathtub. It needs to be high enough up. I'm not taking a bath where my boobs are out. I want everything submersed.
Yeah, I do have to like slide down and then slide up.
And I want a pillow. So you know what's funny? I was a bath taker as a kid. So listen to this. My mom used to give me a bath all the time. I had a pillow in my bathtub that I could lay on. It was like an air pillow. And she'd bring me ice pops, and sometimes she'd light a candle, and I would take a bath every day.
This is why you do all the crazy shit you do. I've never heard of anything like that.
And now I'm not a bath taker.
Speaking of that air pillow,
maybe because my expectations are too high.
If you were worried about mold, the mold collects around the suction cup things and the pillow like divots and that plastic thing. That I never liked anything in the bathtub, like the mats or anything. Yeah. They all get gross. It has to all be,
they definitely get gross. But I mean, I didn't care at 7. It was great. That reminds me that you remember, I wonder if they did that in, well, I don't know, in Saudi, but like there was a thing in like the 90s, I feel like it was, where people would take the rug type of material, like, you know, your bath mat rug type material. Okay. And they'd have it on like their toilet bowl and around the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
That shit grossed me out too. Even as a kid, that grossed me out.
I've never even thought about it till now, but that is gross.
Yeah. I mean, I know you can take it off and just throw it in the washing machine, but like that has to be collecting lots of things in between. I know you're not washing that every like couple days.
How weird was that? I totally forgot that people did that.
And then some people even have this
because they needed the top of the seat to be comfy when they sat on it. Who's sitting on the top seat of the...
I don't know. And I think it was like a look. I don't know. Like carpet.
Like,
I don't like
it looked
carpet either.
Like Cookie Monster.
If
like,
I
who
go to a
wants the top of the
hotel,
toilet?
yes, it looked like Cookie Monster. I don't want carpet anywhere. If I go to a hotel too, like I don't want carpet. Like if you're a hotel, the best thing you could do is get rid of the carpets.
I know. I do like the way carpet feels in my feet, though. Not in a hotel, but
right.
like in my bedroom or something.
No,
like
totally.
That.
I like having carpet. We have it upstairs. I like having carpet upstairs. My carpet. But like, I think if you're a hotel, you should get rid of carpet and put wood floors down. I automatically would pay $50 more for the room.
Wow. Here I was thinking of an invention, like maybe there's like some air filter system underneath carpet that would like suck out all the, and then go through like a tube, and you're like, hands down, $50 more. And I was like, whoa.
You'll get $50. Yeah, I automatically think the room looks more updated. It looks nicer. It feels nicer. It has to be cleaner because you can clean it better.
Well, you're
got
also
my money.
someone that cares a lot about the hotel room. You're like, you would be a good reviewer on hotel rooms and stuff. Like, but I don't know. I just need a place. I just need a place to sleep, and I don't want your dirty top comforter. And the bed has to be comfy, and that is it.
If I'm suggesting a hotel to you, it's going to be a good hotel.
A clean one.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I should have my own star system.
You should. I will say that you helped me get into that one hotel that was much nicer than the one we were at that smelled all musty and gross. But I didn't even think about that. I think because I traveled so much when I was younger, we just went into a hotel and they probably weren't the best, or like kind of like low, and we just slept because we were like on the road or whatever. But now as an adult, I'm kind of being really bougie.
And again, I get it. Like all hotels, I'm sure have a level of filth. Like
this is
you
why
know
we
what
can't
I mean?
afford our organic groceries, because we're fucking caring about our
priorities and where we spend our money is just different. But I will spend it on a hotel for sure. And this goes back until I was little. I remember being 8. And we pulled up to New Hampshire, and where my aunt lived, there's no hotels, only motels. Like, and they were all outdated. And we went into one, and I saw the fish tank, and the fish, you couldn't see the fish because the tank was so green.
Ew.
And I went into the car and I cried. And I was so upset that we were going to have to stay there for the night, because I was like, if that's the fish tank, I can't even imagine the room.
It's so funny that you worried about it even then.
Yes.
Like maybe we're just born.
And my dad was like, we're not staying here, don't worry. And I was like, well, okay.
Look how your dad was like, don't worry, I got
I know,
you.
like, don't worry. Like, we saw what it all... No, like, the guy was creepy up front. Like, it was like a horror story.
Ew.
My
dad would have still been like, fine. My dad like grew up in like nothing, in like the boondocks of like Mississippi with like nothing, no money. He would have been like, this is a...
No, it's super privileged for me to even say that. Like, I get it. I understand that some people just, you just have to whatever. And
no, what I'm trying to say is like the difference in personalities, where like some people are not bothered by it, and
some people just don't care. I would rather sleep in a tent, honestly. Like, if I had the choice of like
Not
a really
me.
gross hotel room that's sketchy and I feel like I'm going to be murdered in the middle of the night, or a tent, I'll take the tent and take the possibility.
Some wild bear, something's not gonna
I'll take
get
the possibility of the bears.
Not me.
I'll take it.
And there's like snakes and like rodents and insects.
I don't want a tent camp. Just saying, if I was like this creepy hotel that's nasty looking and you might die, or the tent that you might die in, I'll die outdoors.
I need a comfy bed. I do not want to sleep all flat. I tried to sleep in a tent one time in like a sleeping bag. Like, I can't. Yeah. I need comfort.
I agree. I don't want a tent. This is not saying I want to camp.
Dana's getting tents in the mail tomorrow.
Yeah. No. Anyway, I think that is all good.
What's all good?
I don't know. Like the whole conversation. I can't think where else to go with this.
No, I know. And you probably had to go get Jack, right?
He's right there.
Oh my God.
John had to go grab him.
Holy shit. Thanks for watching.
And make sure to follow us and subscribe if you want to see more of this journey. Good? Okay.
Cool.
I know. I have to get all the costumes ready.
We need to start drinking during this. Not like alcohol necessarily. I mean, yes,
well,
that would help.
one of the times we'll film, we can film like on a Saturday or something when we can.
This is a sticky one.
How you make it, how you wanna.
Thanks for listening. Make sure to follow and subscribe so you can tune in next week.
How you wanna make it.